All right. Well, at least there's two of us here. I mean, Oh, there he comes. Oh, there he goes.
I was like, what the hell? Where did Ruff go?
He just gets up and leaves in the intro. That's nice. Well, welcome back, Ruff. How are you?
Well, he had to empty his bladder. I'm assuming he's getting old like that, so he wants to make sure he can make it through the 2 hours. I love he's muted now too.
I love. It's quite a walk to the West Wing, so Yeah, sorry about that.
Hello,
everybody.
We
are live.
We are live. Yes,
we are live. You can tell. Yes, very much so.
No rehearsals here.
Yep.
Peter, what's going on? Braun, Bill, Tim, Steven, Beef Cafe, Extra Squeaky, Phoenix Knight, Meandering Mike, Richard Kerr, William Bird, Nerd Workshop, who did a great job last week filling in.
He did an excellent job.
Mike Butterjelly, Tim Toole, Tim
Timmy.
Dean, Fred O'Sullivan, and Brian R. Smith from Montreal. And Historic Wings. Speaking of Historic Wings, guess who'll be on the show next week?
Not me. No, I'm just kidding.
Historic Wings will be here, so thank you for him. Dangerous Dave will be here sometime, but thanks for coming. All right, so there we go. That is our intros. Thanks, everybody, for showing up this week. We do appreciate Douglas Gearhart, Mr. I'm now retired and playing all kinds of games.
Jumps out of perfectly good airplanes. Good grief.
For absolutely no good reason.
Right? He's already bailing on us. Well, I mean...
Well,
I don't know what you guys...
Well, wait. If he shows up, then we'd have two smart people, so I have to step aside.
Yeah, that's it. Right. That's the reason. That's the exact reason. I don't know how your guys' week's was, so let me tell you about my week.
Go on then.
Hey, Jester, how was your week this week?
I had a really bad week. So literally Monday night, my knee swelled up double the size, and I could not move, could not put any weight on it. Tuesday, I was going to get ready to go to the emergency room like I did January 1st, but I'm like, we went to the emergency room last time and they just said it was gout. Let me just try some medicine, blah, blah, blah. But obviously the medicine that I was on, I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment Thursday with my rheumatologist. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. I got to go get my blood work on Tuesday. I suffer and walk 4 blocks with my busted ass leg to go to the place to get my blood test. And they never called my name. Because you're on like the little board and they never called my name. So I asked the lady, I said, my name was on the board. I went up to number 1 and now it's gone. She's like, well, we called you. And I said, no, I've been sitting here the whole time. And she's like, well, what's your name? I said, it's Kirk. And she said, yeah, that's what I said. And I said, that's not what you called out. They called out something like, cack. I'm like, that's not my name. My name's Kirk. If you would have said Kirk, I would have come up here.
But they did a parrot impersonation instead.
Yeah, so I didn't get my blood work done, which means I didn't go to my doctor's, which means for like the last week, all week. And today, knock on wood, it's finally better. So I'm actually able to move around and get around. So I didn't get much done this week because
you still put enough videos out though.
He's sitting down.
I only did one all week. I did one on Wednesday. I did a live stream with Phoenix Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then last night.
And then last night I did a video. Yes. So those were the 2 videos I really did. And then I did a bunch today to catch up because I didn't have anything on the table. When you don't have anything on the table, you guys know about this, right? It's a perfect opportunity to say, I can do things now. So I figured I can do some nice unboxing videos. I did an unboxing video of Great Western Trail, Sky Mines. What else did I do? Tabanasi and Stroganoff. Stroganoff. Who would have known Stroganoff was a Russian family name?
Yes. Well, yes, I went to school in England, you see, so I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's not just a name they made up for a certain sort of stew dish, It's
I thought beef stroganoff. That's what I thought it was.
It's like Melba Toast, named after a lady, opera singer, I believe.
A very great components in that game, by the way.
That looked
Great.
awesome.
Great looking components. Absolutely. And then the coolest thing I've never seen, and I'm going to show you guys, I'm actually going to tear the box apart to show you this because I've never seen it before. And I think it's so cool. Let me get my game.
He's gonna disappear into the
I
background.
know it's like the old Simpsons episode where he goes, "Ooh, yeah."
What did I do with it? Like, where did the game go? It's like disappeared.
No, you have too much.
You have too much. You can't find it.
Yeah. So you also have Beef Wellington, who's named after Wellington.
Yeah, it's not named after a boot.
Nope, and it's the Wellies. Yeah. And you have the Earl of Sandwich, who created the sandwich.
The sandwich, yes.
Look at the artwork on these, and it's dual layer. Great looking artwork, but this is the
Very
coolest thing.
Slavic.
I have never seen this before. Look at what you got in the box. These very elusive, very hard to find plastic bags that GMT cannot no longer find. They had plenty of them in the box. I'm just
I
saying.
could care less about the plastic bags. It's not that big of a deal.
It is. It is a big deal.
No, it isn't.
So this is
No,
cool.
it is.
So yes, it is.
So this is another Euro, is it?
So here, let me get rid of my background so I can show you this. Work much better that way. Let's see settings. Here we go. For background, we'll go to none. There we go. So I've never seen this before. Here's your player mat board. Looks really cool. You know, you got and then look at what's on the back side.
What's the
That's
point?
cool.
It's cool, but what's
It's
the point?
cool. It's nice, yeah. But I'll tell you what, you guys across there always make me laugh when you show the other side of something. And you say, here's the front side. Here's
You didn't think that was cool? Come
That's cool.
on.
That's cool.
That's cool.
But when you
But
say the other
pointless.
side, you say the back side. Now over here, backside has another meaning. That's your bottom.
We call it your backside too.
Yeah, but we go, here's the front side and here's the other side. So it just makes me smile every time we do that.
I'm glad we can. I'm glad us colonialists.
I'm glad I
lower
spent all the
lowbrow
time going through that and
lowbrow
tearing the box
Americans can help
apart
you.
for that reply. I thought you guys would
I-
have said, "Oh, that's cool."
It's cool.
Wow.
It's-
that- How many times do
It-
you see the actual artwork on the box on the back of the?
It's bloody pointless. You don't look at the back of the map.
I bet
You
that
paid-
added another $10 to the cost, I think.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking
Wow.
too.
Wow.
Yeah, unless
I'm
you
gonna
got,
have to-
If
I'm gonna have to find some different hosts, I guess.
yeah,
Good
unless you put
Lord.
it play it on a glass table, then every so often go on the floor and look under and look at it and go,
hey.
oh, lovely. You know.
speaking of components, should we see if I got good
Oh,
counters? Let's see if I got good counters. Because
Kev will have a go at you.
let's see if we have good counters. I just
Poor old Mike.
You
Still
just
not
got
over here, that one. Still not over here.
Oh, Man and Rex noticed his two GMT games didn't have bags either. No,
Well-
they're GMT is now going with the balloon theory. You know, they're going to deliver everything with. Oh, look at that, bags
Yeah.
and dice. Wait a minute, how many dice were in that box?
Hold on.
how many are supposed to be? Hold on.
Was there just one?
There's just one, and it's one dice is supposed to be.
Wow, they got it right. Oh my God.
What he's
Somebody
moaning
stop
at,
that,
Tony,
Robert.
sorry, Tony. What he's moaning at is on the Russian campaign, it says on the back, it's obviously a misprint, it says 2 6-sided die. So they meant to put one. There's only one die in it.
Just
So,
wait. When I get my box, the first thing I'm doing is emailing them, where's my extra dice? Why am I missing a dice?
Cards are good. Cards
They're
are
good. It looks a good game. And it's just like the original Carrier, it's sort of programmed learning, which is great. I like those games. You know, the old Jerry White syndrome. Love it.
So these look good. These look good,
Yeah.
but I have to
The one underneath might be mullered.
Problem is they're going to fall out because they've been shrink wrapping them now because they
And then
cut them.
you pick them up, and then when you play the game in a couple of weeks' time, and you're looking for that certain counter, it's been hoovered up and long gone.
I love how you say hoovered up. Like
Tim
that's
says that his looked like Mike's. Check out the U.S. counters.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to get this damn plastic off.
Yeah, it was the US ships, wasn't it?
I think somebody, mainly me, suggested years ago that game companies should no longer put their stupid counters in these stupid things and punch them fully out and put them in a bag for us. How hard would that be?
No, due to the Chinese, there's a world shortage of plastic bags. Don't you know? No.
I know. I don't know what GMT would do. If they would have to punch their counters like that.
Well, I
that
tell
would
you
be
what,
crazy.
in Banish the Snakes, and I think Tim made the comment on my video, is that they put the blocks in plastic bags. So I did get some plastic bags. Any good?
Ah,
They look
they
all
look
right.
good. They look good to
Yep.
me.
Look good to me. So I got lucky, I guess. No, what it was is Mike got the one that was produced on Friday at like 6 in the afternoon, right before, right before.
We're trying to get out of here, people. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. We're not going to pay attention. I know it's one of those things that he probably got one where the die cut, the die was a little off. You know, it happens from time to time, and unfortunately,
moved a millimeter or two. And
Yeah.
that was it.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know what game companies say? Tolerances are expected. When
Well,
you
I have no
have when
tolerance
you
for
do
that.
printing, tolerances. Go check out DVG.
I will
tell you,
I will say that
tolerances are expected when you're
Anytime-
expecting things.
anytime if I've ever had an issue with Compass, their replies have been really good and things have been fixed. And luckily Mike's was functional.
But even so, you contact and say, send us another sheet.
Are you
please.
serious? Mike says he contacted Compass. They will not do anything about it. They say they're within specs.
That's just
I'm telling you.
That's what you just
That's-
said.
That's what DVG told me. Tolerances are expected. You know, we can't get everything perfectly done. Do not expect it 100% perfect. And we expect there to be some variances, and that's the way it is in printing nowadays. That's what they told me.
I'll tell you what, if I order it and I get one and the counters are out, there'll be a video so people can see. All right.
Oh, so I got another
What they're
game.
complaining about missing bags in game is if you don't have 50 plus on the side from other games where you don't use them. That's not true at all. Extra squeaky. You don't know what you're talking about. I actually ran out of bags. I ran out of bags because I've ordered so many things from GMT and I've had to use up all my extra bags. I literally have like 1, 2, 3.
Tony, you'll get to show in a minute. All right,
little
mate.
ones. I got 3 bags and 2 little ones. That's all I have. I used to have bags of them. No longer do I have bags of them. The great bag shortage of 2023 is upon us.
I buy them anyways because I
Yeah,
don't like
because
how
I
big
tell you what,
they're too big.
The ones that Thingy send, they're all long and thin, and they're not
Yeah.
quite the right size, are they?
I like.
We all
the
got my
smaller
email
size.
address. You all know you can email me if you got extra bags you want to ship them over here. Go ahead. You guys know how to get in touch with me. If you guys got bags and bags of them, you let me know. You ship them to
Yeah.
me.
No, I ordered
I'll
mine.
be more than happy to take them. I'll be more than happy. I need plenty of bags.
100 for two quid. That'll do me.
If you want to ship
They're
me
all
some
packaged.
bags, come on over.
I think Tony's unboxing rather haphazardly, but he's unboxing. Bag
There's
for the
die.
die, and you got bags
That's-
for the blocks.
Because they're in the bags.
Yeah,
So instead of sending one gigantic bag and then a whole bunch of little bags, they all threw it in each individual bag. So I get it. That works. This looks like a
Didn't I go on
blood.
a rant. I posted
No, you
some
didn't
pictures
rant.
and stated that I was disappointed in the quality. I do not consider that a rant.
Yeah,
You should
didn't
go on a
go
rant. You
you
should go on a
didn't.
rant because you shouldn't let them get away with that crap. I would make a point. I would literally make it a point to do a video on your channel. Mike, you have a video channel. You have a voice. Use it. I know you only have 7 subscribers, but still, I mean,
oh bless him. So, Tone, Banish the Snakes. You like it, yeah?
I read the rules. I
It
read the
looks
rules the other day. It looks really good. I'm interested in it.
And lots of
Yeah.
replayability because of randomness and
Yep.
different. I know it's Saints. Don't let that put you off, regardless of your thoughts and whatever.
I'm not
it's
Catholic,
it's
so I don't care.
Well, no, it's a good fun game. If
Yeah.
you're a-religious, it looks like a good fun game. I'll tell you what
Yeah.
I got in. That's the only thing I got in. But remember, I got that, and that's due to be played through very soon. This look, the size of this, look. Tally ho. Well, today, Thomas from Historic Wings put out his new game. He's giving Mike Lambo a run for his money. We got the old Cactus guys, Mag 23.
Mm-hmm.
This uses the same combat system as Tally Ho, but it's a completely different game. There's no maps. It's all very narrative and role-play, and you write your reports, and at the end, that report is your history of the game. Who survived, who did what, who didn't, wasn't so lucky. But it looks really good. I haven't had a chance to get it because I only got it today. But yeah, I would recommend you checking that out. I'll be doing an unbooking and open the book next week.
Coffee with Ruff.
No. Hello, all. No, I'm not doing that. No. So this is going to be an open the book maybe next week. So that's thank you, Thomas, for that. So that's what I got, and Thomas is on the show next week.
And my goal is actually to get all three of these games to the table within the next couple of weeks. My goal this year is to actually, all the stuff that's released this year, to get it to the table instead of waiting, so I can speak about these games that
You
have
realize
been
when we
released this
say
year.
that, we do have it recorded, and it will be out there for.
I did use the word try. I
No,
didn't
you
say I
said your
am.
goal this year was to
Yeah, it's my
open
goal. That
all the
doesn't mean
games and play them that you get. So that has been on.
they may not be on my channel, but I'm going to play them.
Ooh, that's
What,
bold
what's
word.
this? I missed that. What was that? You're going to
They
play
may
what?
not be on my channel. 2023 games, things that are released this year, and these are.
Oh,
the
I
first
see.
three.
Nothing to do with your 10
I'm
games.
way ahead of that, so I'm not worried about that at all.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Oh,
I've
dear.
got 4 done. And
Oh,
I'll have
dear.
5 by the one. So
Well, I've got one. I've got the
He's
second
on a
one.
man on a mission now.
I
He's-
know. I mean, I've got the second game, the first part of the second game, the first scenario of Task Force done. So if I can do I'm going to do. The problem with that game is it looks fantastic, but there is hidden information. I thought maybe I could work through it. Hi, Hardy. Work through it. There is hidden information. Like when you're searching the task forces, because you've got dummies, if you pick one out the cup, they can give you wrong information. They can turn it over and see it's a carrier task force and say, no, it's a task force. It's not a carrier task force. They can give you the wrong information. So I'm not sure how we're going to work around that, playing it on its own. But it's good fun.
do or do not. There is no try. I am doing
right.
so.
That's what I've been trying to tell him, but he won't listen to me. I'm gonna make a good YouTuber out of him yet. I show up.
Yeah.
and
See,
got this
so
nice scroll
here's the
now.
thing.
He's got a nice scroll that goes around the bottom, right?
And
I'm
I
like,
missed a
he
word. And I
copied
got
that
the
from
website.
me because that's who started doing it first. So he started doing that,
I
and then
copied
it's like
it from Artie.
words are missing. He's got the wrong link in it. I'm like, oh my god, I am so embarrassed.
See, that's what happens when I'm like, hey, I should do this, and not
Take
think
the
about it
notice,
before.
Tone. Take the notice. If it's not you, it's me. All right. So take the notice. Hi, Magnus.
Magnus, what's going on? Good to see you. Game had some rule conflicts, but anybody who spent some time in the Navy would have caught. They said still a fun game system once common sense is applied.
What are we talking about? The
I have
new
no idea.
leader.
They're having
Spruance-
conversations in the chat, I guess. So.
Spruance leader.
Oh, crikey! Yeah, there it's. I've got that. They sent it to me kindly, but I can't do it until Dean Brown reprints the next version of the rules, because there's so many clarifications that are needed. So once that's done, I can get. It's not on my list, but
Yeah.
I can get that done.
I think
tell
they're
you what,
having their own little conversations.
I know they
in the
are,
chat.
aren't they?
Isn't
Yeah.
that great? Yes.
Yeah.
Guess they're not paying any attention to us.
Who
which
cares?
is-
We
maybe
say
it's a good
we're
thing.
talking drivel anyway. But I tell you, since I've got me supply of GMT counter trays from
Yeah.
the sale.
Oh, did you find you got those?
Yeah, I've got everything. I showed you what I got last week, didn't I? Oh no, you
I
weren't
wasn't
here.
last
No, you
week.
weren't here. Sorry, I showed everybody.
I was
what
eating
got.
fancy cake.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, wait a minute. You were here. You'd show up for a minute.
Yeah, I was eating fancy cake.
Fancy cake.
Yeah, we had let's see, it was Italian cream cake. We had a raspberry cake and a chocolate cake.
So,
Ooh.
where did you? What was the name of the restaurant? Diabetes or Us? What was that?
No, rough. I always like to because I saw this. So there's a math question that somebody said: if Joe eats 3/4 of cake, what does he have? And some kid wrote diabetes. I was like, yeah. So Tim's asking if I'm going to need another submarine. Toys. Yeah. On my submarine yesterday. I know you didn't get to finish it, Jester. You stopped in, but
Oh,
Mike
what
took
happened to the submarine? What happened?
Mike took a walloping. Like
Ooh.
we don't know because we're going to do it again next Friday. We don't know if he's going to survive.
Ooh.
It may be. I may have to give him one of my boats. Yeah, he got hit hard.
Extra nerd
Hard.
is extra crispy, right? Extra crispy.
Well, he decided to bring his
Mike is
tank along.
drowning. Mike is.
Yeah. Well, and Nerd decided. I can't remember who it was, but I thought it was a great comment. They're like, "Hey, Nerd, you should take your tank and tow it to your submarine so you can put it out." so
Well, what he needs to do when he gets out is to go over to Nerdy's tank to dry off.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Gareth, thank you. The thing I mentioned about Spruance Leader rules, they've just been released on BTG.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Gareth.
Yeah, cool. I got the game too, and I want to play it because it looks fun. So,
well, I talked at length to, I don't know if you know Glenn Saunders on Facebook. He's a very big DVG fan, does a lot of fan based stuff for all the DVG games. And we were talking, and he was telling me about Dean was supposed to be updating the rules, and Glenn's done a couple of handouts as well. He's also done, which I'll be using when I get to video it, a sort of Stuka Joe-esque sequence of play cards. Yeah. So I don't know, I've printed them off. So hopefully.
For which game?
Spruance Leader.
Spruance Leader.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks really
it looks
really good. Yeah, it looks fun.
I didn't put it on my list of 10 because I wasn't sure whether or not it would turn up in time, but unfortunately it did. So I may have to do it when I get ahead in the games a bit. So yeah.
You're way behind. I mean, you're way behind, Ruff.
How many have you done?
I've done 1. How many have you done?
2 will be uploaded on.
You're doing a Tony thing. Okay, you're taking credit for something that's not even up yet. Okay.
Well, it's in the can, as they used to say, in the can.
Dude, all 4 of mine are up on my channel now.
I only publish on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So I don't know what's happened to Dan's No Enemies Here's, because normally when I post on a Tuesday and a Thursday, they get mentioned. But for some reason...
He did say you were cuddly. He did say you were cuddly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've got my cuddly jumper on tonight, so there we go.
It's a freaking sweater.
Is it cold
it's a
over there or what?
It's got buttons. There's buttons. Look, buttons.
What? How cold is it over there, Ruff?
Not too bad. I mean, because of what's going on, we turn the heating down. We put the jumpers on. That old sort of nonsense. It's not as cold as it has been, but I wouldn't like to walk around in my undies. Let's put it that way. Outside,
you wouldn't get in your shorts then and walk around the house like me.
No, I know us Brits do like to wear our shorts. The sun comes out, it might be -4, but we wear our shorts because the sun's come out. But no, I know. Now getting too old.
It's around up here in Northwest Ohio or North generally. In the spring, it hits 50 and people are in their shorts. In the fall, if it hits 50, people are in their freaking winter coats. It's so funny to see the difference. Yeah,
because the sun's come out. It's been where I am anyway. We had a few days of sun. It's been quite nice. The sun's out, and I think
you guys think the world was ending. Huh? Did you think the world was ending? The sun came out.
I know in England in February. What's going on, and I did mention it in one of my videos. I think it was the Banish the Snakes videos because I had some weird shadows and things coming through the blinds. So I did apologize for that. But yeah,
Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry. There's actually sun coming in my
what's
videos
going
now.
on? You can see why all we talk about is the weather and what and what medical procedures we've had. That's it.
And one of my
I mean,
other
We're going to
favorite
rename the
YouTubers.
show instead of the War
Yeah.
Room. We're going to talk about war injuries.
So one of my other favorite YouTubers from over in Manchester, Catweasel, has started back up.
He
Which
started
is really
back
cool.
up again. Unfortunately, he's doing a game I can't get hold of. He's doing the second edition blooming
Arkham Horror. Yeah, I love that. But I think one of his games, like, it's sunny out, so there's going to be a little reflection on the board.
I know we're not used to it, and he's further north than me. He's a Mancunian. He's Manchester lad. So
yeah, so he's really happy when he sees the sun.
Yeah.
So, but no, I've got a lot of playing in though. And I know I saw Ruff, you've been playing too, but I actually got some Nations at War done.
I saw that. Yeah,
that's a bloody fun
great,
game.
isn't it?
It's great. I had the OG jumped in and watched some of it, and like it was just great. It was fun. I'm rolling for dice. It came down to the last card. Like really, I had to kick out one guy, one Soviet out. If I would have kicked them out and I pulled the next card, it was end turn, the Germans would have won. It was great. So it was nice. I thought it was done and over with, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, oh, there's a chance here. Because they had to take 8 of this 11 city hexes and they had just 8, and freaking guy moved in and I tried. Yeah. But oh my God, it was so much fun. I want to play some more. Like it literally, I almost whipped out another one, but I have a couple of games that I want to get done first before I go back to that. But
this is the thing. You've got a list of games to do. If I can get, I've got a couple of lock and loadies on the list. So that's, cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
So
I was drunk. I was drunk before I even started my live stream.
I know you're terrible. I know. You were. I could see because out the corner, just in the corner, it was just in shot. You were swinging your underpants around. I could see it.
That's a bloody good system.
Because you wasn't here last week. Brian, Uncle Brian sent us all that lovely Panzer Grenadier stuff.
Yeah.
He contacted me about a guy over here who was selling some Panzer Grenadier stuff, and then
I said that to you
as well. And I said, "Well, I'm a bit short, but money's a bit tough." But I chatted to him, and the prices were quite good. So I've got Battle of the Bulge and Road to Berlin.
Okay, two good ones.
Now opens up
a whole bunch of other
huge amount of those
expansions you got, right?
Yeah.
So that opens up that Road to Berlin, and for some reason, it seems to be in a lot of the expansions.
Yeah, and the Eastern Front, but he's got Casino 44 and Desert Rats, and he said, "Okay, I'll give you first dibs on them if I don't get anybody. So hopefully, if I can save me pennies, I'll get those." But yeah, really pleased about that. So thank you, Uncle Brian and Tone.
Yeah, I was like, I saw that. I'm like, oh, UK, rough.
Yeah. And do you know how much the postage was?
Probably like $1.
No, 6 squidlies.
That's still not bad.
£6. Let's say $8. Yeah,
that's not bad. That's cheaper than mostly you can do around here.
Really good,
especially for 2 boxes.
Really good. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. If you want to play a bit of Panzer Grenadier.
You've got enough table.
I know, but I've got so many games.
Yeah, he'll never. He'll never. It doesn't matter.
No.
So Not Jay is asked for us to come on their show sometime. We talked about it before we started the show, and we said, well, if we see him in the chat, we'll let him know that we.
No way are we coming on your show.
Whoa.
No way.
Who the hell said that? What are you talking about? We never. No.
We're talking some cashola here. How much money you willing to fork out there, Not Jay, for us to come on the show?
So no, Jay, we're excited. We'll just figure something out, but I think we're good to go. Talking with you, Jester, I think that was pretty good. So
yeah,
it's a late night for me, but I'll be there.
We'll try and arrange a time. I think the three of us, even Ruff, is willing to make it to the show. So if you want to have the three of us,
I'll be in me Jim Jams, but
4 Canadian pennies. Oh wow, that's not even a penny here. That's not great. You're gonna have to do better than that. But yeah, I mean, if they want all those extra views for having us on. I mean, that's probably what.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in those people definitely. Meandering Mike says his playthrough of Britannia is killing my game throughput because 17 and a half hours of video.
You're turning into Dad versus Son.
Yeah,
or Jeff,
or Jeff. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're retired and you don't have anything to do. You have all this time.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how Jeff does it, but because I don't think he's retired. I think he's a younger guy.
That's a thought, isn't it? So Gareth has just said maybe a bit of Panzer Grenadier at PunchCon this year.
Oh,
maybe.
that'll be There you go. Are you excited about that, Ruff? Going to PunchCon,
me and Tweez are going, and we'll be doing live streams. I'll be interrupting and blowing raspberries when he's doing his.
What week is that?
Huh?
What week is that?
It's May the 18th. They're sold out.
Okay. I saw that somebody was announcing that they saw.
175.
So there'll be a couple weeks that I miss. I'm going to be missing the first week in March. I'm actually going to be across the state. We got Saturday and Sunday. We got some baseball tickets. Rounders, as Ruff likes to call them.
Yeah, rounders. Yeah.
So we're going to some spring season ticket games. So that'll be the first weekend in March. And then I'm going to Origins. So we're going to actually be going up the weekend before to see my daughter. And then we're going to Origins. So I'll be 2 weeks in June. I'll be gone. So you guys will have to do without, I guess.
Well, there'll be one that I won't be. I'll be at PunchCon. So unless I can do a bit of
cannot miss.
I mean,
if you miss, what are we going to do?
Well, hopefully there's a good head hospital there, so they can put it together again when it explodes.
Yeah.
But I'll do a live stream anyway. But some live streams from that.
I don't know. The bureaucrats might not put it back the right way. That's the only problem.
Oh, it's got to be better.
They might think it. They might think they're doing a better job.
They couldn't put this back together. It's so brilliant. I'm sorry. You could not put this back together.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how things go because I know we're going to try to meet up while you're up here, June. We'll see.
Yeah. I think
we'll look forward to see that. So
yeah, if we can arrange, when we're driving from Chicago towards Columbus, and we can stop in and do lunch or dinner, depending on when we get there.
Play a little game or two if we can. Fit something in, something small.
Yeah. See what we can figure out. Hey, here's Herman. Herman's in the house. So I was supposed to get together with Herman, and I couldn't do it on Thursday because my leg was all swollen up, and I was just in so much pain. I texted him and said,
"Oh, see, I misread that. I misread that. He said hope all is well. I thought it said except Jester.
Except Jester, yeah.
Except Jester.
It's just natural. I just went, I know that's what you mean. I will be missing another Saturday in June when Tweez has his celebration of marriage over in Spain. So,
there you go.
He invited you.
I'm going to that too. He invited me, so I'm going to that.
I didn't get invited.
You wouldn't come over to Spain anyway.
Well, I'm going to Germany later this year in September.
I bet I could talk Karen into it.
I'll tell you what. Get down to France and get on the old channel and come across and see us.
I would love to. I think that'd be awesome. I would love to go to England.
I see. I got to hit the
if we go to London, you think you come over and visit for a day or two?
If you're in London, it's a 25-minute train journey. Yeah, I'll be down there.
Okay. All right. And you keep threatening about coming over, but I don't ever see you do anything about it.
You still got all those thingies and jabs and masks and God knows tests and all that. No, I'm not coming over there.
My God. Don't get me started with that shit.
I haven't seen anybody wear a mask in months here.
Well, if it's all sorted and I can get my pennies together, I'm going to try and get to WBC next year.
That's the problem. Those flights are ungodly expensive.
They are. The prices have gone through the roof. Yeah.
The flight, I used to be able to get flights down to Florida for less than $200. Now they're like $400 to $500 a ticket. I'm like, what the hell?
We were, my wife was going to book some planes to go up there. And she called me at work. She's like, this day or this day, blah, 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 blah. She went to get back online and the prices are up $100.
Yep. It's
I'm
insane.
like, well, you better fucking book it because otherwise it's going to be another 100. So,
yeah, it's terrible. And Herman says they're making doing a remake or a new one, a sequel of Fawlty Towers. Yes.
Ooh, there you go.
Set in the Caribbean, I think, like a sort of bijou, top of the range hotel.
That's nice.
In the Caribbean, as you call it, Caribbean as it's properly pronounced.
Caribbean.
No,
I flip back and forth between Caribbean and Caribbean. It just depends on what I'm.
It's like Tunisia. It's that and Tunisia really winds me up.
All right, here. You know how we like to once in a while highlight different small channels, right? I've got a channel for you guys. I would really like you guys to subscribe to Back to the Table. He does. He's actually got some war games. He's kind of what I would call another crossover gamer, just like myself.
Yeah, he plays everything. Yeah,
he's got a lot of videos. Look at his collections. I mean, he's got he just basically talks about all the games he gets. He gets more games than I get. Holy crap! And then he talks about them, and he's honest about them. He'll tell you good things. He'll tell you bad things, and games you don't like. He talks about them. And I think he needs some subscribers. He's only got 316 subscribers. I know there's a lot of you guys out there.
The problem is he's got that heavy New England accent. He's from Boston for sure.
They go, can you get in your car? It's like that.
Park the car. It's not that bad at all. It's not that.
No, I'm just teasing. I know. We all have our stuff. So
war games right there. List. So he just needs he needs some subscribers.
Yeah, he does. He does a great job.
Comments and say, hey, he gets
good
job.
He gets his daughter
like to see more videos.
Yep.
So,
but I tell you what, I'll understand it because I watched the whole series of Ray Donovan. So that's.
I actually like it because I always love the New England accent, the Boston accent. It's always good. So,
yeah, I think he does a good job. He's really fun, interesting. He really talks. He's got great lighting, which I wish I had the lighting. Look at he's got perfect lighting. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I think he built that. I think he built that for doing this.
He's got this super table too, but right now he's got just boxes of games sitting on it. But he's got like a gaming table that is humongous, and I'd like to see that in action. So, guys, please go subscribe. Back to the Table, and then leave a comment and say, hey, I saw you on the War Room. Like to see what your your thoughts on different war games or whatever, and let's see if we can get another crossover gamer. So I think he's doing a great job. He just needs a little bit of inspiration and more subscribers, and I think
I'm subscribed. So yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Subscribe to my goodness. I tell you what, talking about crossover games, the Final Girl videos, me open the boxes. Final Girl. We got a couple of converts. I think Meandering Mike has dipped his toe in, and another chap, I can't remember, sorry, forgive me if you're watching, has ordered it as well. So there we go, doing my bit for crossover gaming.
I legit stopped watching those unboxings, so I don't have to buy them anymore.
Yeah. the ones that Jester are doing, he's all right. He's safe at the moment. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
you don't know that. You have no idea.
Well,
these might be perfect for you.
Well, don't. I'm the la 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 la.
Just because you just ignore it doesn't mean it's not perfect for you.
I know. No, that's what I'm telling. Because I've got Eldritch Horror. I've got that, and Eon's End, and Final Girl, and God dear. So that's enough. That's enough for the moment. Stop buying it. Do some war games. Good grief. Give me wallet a break.
If I had some plastic bags. I might be able to.
Oh, for goodness
sake. I'm running out of plastic bags. Seriously. It's a good thing I get all these new games that have plastic bags in them.
There's something called Amazon where I get mine.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I talked about this
these
actually.
These are the perfect one because I think the ones that come with GMT games
too
are
long.
too big. They're too long.
Yeah,
This is perfect.
that's the
for
sort of
organizing,
a little bit bigger than that. But yes, how much they cost you? $3? Get out of here.
If that for like
If
a
that.
thousand. For like
If that.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Whoop, I'll drop something.
Can,
Although,
can you,
what was
can
funny-
you
well-
ship them to GMT for us?
No, because I don't like I said, those other ones are so big that I think there's wasted space. So what's nice, so I pulled this out. So for some reason, Lock and Load's out of the ammo crates. And so I was a little irritated because I don't have an ammo crate for my Stalin's Triumph, which really irritated me. So I had to use the bags, but I could fit all of them in different little bags. So when I pull them out, hey, I just need this division. These are the extras. Yeah, it's all right.
I got
there.
an ammo crate I could send you, Tony.
Oh, I love those ammo crates. Like literally, that's the best.
Right. I mean, I wish I had one. They can't get
Yeah.
them. I love the money, can you?
Well, I think he said they sold out of them. So
Yeah. So I'd love one because I think mine are in plastic bags and it's fine because, like Nations at War, they've got all the little groups.
yeah, I love that. Each Nation's War, each box has a group. Each game has a box. Yeah, it's really awesome.
I got this. I can send you that way along with the racetracks as
Oh,
well.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Let me know.
I sent you an email asking you if there was anything else you wanted.
I
and
didn't
you
think anything else I wanted because God knows I have more than
I know,
enough.
and I got an email back from you that said, "No, I don't need anything." No, I didn't get anything back from you. Nothing. Speaking of those, if anybody interested, I've got those. I got a few things that I'm still looking to help people with.
I love the way he puts that.
Yeah. He can't get rid of it for love nor money.
So Tim says, I told the wife I was going to buy thousands from Amazon, like those bags. Well, I literally, for some reason, was buying a food scale. 1,000 of those bags and tweezers were all on the same one. I was literally waiting for the NSA to show up at my door,
Yeah.
or ATF or something.
And a little.
What
What do you need 1,000 bags for?
Scales as well. Yeah.
What do you need? What do you need a weigh? What do you need a scale for? And all these bags and some tweezers. Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah. No, it was funny.
I mentioned this during our celebration show, but I actually have an extra copy of Stalin's Triumph Upgrade Kit. So again, if you don't own Revision 5, which is the new updated version of Stalin's Triumph, and you're looking for the upgrade kit, contact me, and if you pay for the shipping, I'll ship it out to you. No cost. I'm not going to charge you anything. So it's just a free upgrade kit. As long as you pay for the shipping, I'll send it out to you. So this is an extra Lock and Load. Oh, hang on. Everyone drink.
Oh, crikey.
Running out of drinks.
Cheers.
The company that that owns this actually sent me an extra copy when they were sending me my upgrade kit. So I actually had 2 of these. So if you're looking for this, contact me and I will ship it out to you. There was the other one, the Desert Heat one, but I sent to our good buddy Brian, who sent us all the
Uncle Brian.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Uncle Brian. And
That,
then I
I tell you what,
also have,
you only need that. You only need that upgrade kit if you've got like the first edition. Of
Yeah.
Yes,
the,
yeah,
of the game. Yeah. So don't panic.
and then I also have the
Track pack.
track pack for Grand Prix. So if you have Thunder Alley and you don't have the track pack from Grand Prix and you want just the tracks to add to Thunder Alley, contact me and we'll work out. I will have to charge you $20 plus shipping because that's what it cost me. So if you're interested, contact me about those. And yeah, there you go.
But I still love that. I had so much fun with that system. That Nations at War system, guys. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I
If
love
you like
just
chucking dice, it's good fun.
And I had bought multiple color of those double D6 dice. So I had red ones for the Soviets. I had gray ones for the
Where'd
Germans.
you get those
So
double sixes? I like those.
I googled it and you can get them directly from the company. But yeah, if you double D6, I think is what it
They're
is.
not cheap, but if you want to get them over this part of the world, there's a shop called the Dice Shop online, which does nothing but dice, and they've got them as well. Double six.
Peter Berg's Breaking Bad, Ohio, new this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Herman
bought your
just
double
picked up
sixes.
the tank duel, so we can get Herman into our tank duel now. Yeah, he got tank duel,
Mhm.
so that'll be awesome.
I know.
He's,
I'm still waiting to meet up with Bill to get him his game, which should probably be here the next couple weeks. I'll be going down to Finley, so I'll try to meet up with him next couple weeks to go down there. So
Cool.
He said no rush, so we're just figuring out a time when I'm down there. So because I go down there about once a month, so
Yeah, and you don't
we just
want
had
to.
we just had a
Weather.
snowstorm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have a weather
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah,
so-
weather's
Talking
coming.
about that racing game, you said
Yeah.
your Jesse, you said your friend designed it many years ago when you were at the
Jeff Holger, yeah.
he was on
Yeah, he
Dan's show.
He was on. I was just going to mention he was on Dan's show the other day. Yes,
And I thought
he actually mentioned Cab several times during the interview. Yes, I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched like 5 minutes when I was eating my grapes. Yeah, that's what us old men do. We eat our grapes.
Do you suck
yeah,
them?
Like candy, right? You just can't stop. I ate like the whole thing, so now I'm going to be going back on that.
I'd have to say grapes are one of those things like you just grab a bowl full and all of a sudden they're gone and you're like, I kind of would like some more actually.
Right. I told the wife, I said, where'd all the grapes go? She said, you ate all those grapes? I'm like, there was like one little bowl. You know, the little bowl was like that big. Anyway, so yeah. Stalin's Triumph, Nations at War, great system, great game.
Great game.
The Jeff Hoger was on with Dan, did a nice little interview. Like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing yet. I've been still catching up on a lot of other videos and this, that, and the other thing. Let's see, Stigler.
Hey, Stig.
Biggest physical game I ever gotten to the table was Highway of the Reich, a little bit larger than Terrible Swift Sword. Every weekend is a little fun.
I tell you what, Mrs. Gaynor, when she sees you, said every week he looks more dishevelled. And he's having his bathroom done, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, I would. Trust me, getting any work done, you can be looked disheveled pretty easily.
Yeah.
So for
yeah,
sure.
look at me. I'm finally back to almost normal here after we just had both of our bathrooms done, and literally, like within the last 2 weeks, the master one was finally done. So
Ardwolf says it's the mushrooms.
It's the mushrooms, yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, he does go after those mushrooms. He might be getting the special mushrooms.
For specialness. Oh, it's good to see Artwolf here.
Yeah,
and appreciate the big grandmaster showing up to our little show.
I'll tell you what, I'm pretty stoked to see all the Ohioans in the chat today. There's a
lot of Ohio people. You know what? Everyone in the chat, type in where you're from so we can get a gist of how worldwide our show is right now. We have 57 people watching us.
Do we really?
Oh my God! Seriously?
Don't
you guys have lives?
Wow!
It's because of the awesome subject that someone decided to talk about today. So Edward is New York City. Thank you, Edward. We have Ohio from E4 Airman.
Ohio.
We have Knoxville, Tennessee for Herman. Extra Squeakies, Germany.
Well, that's got
Richard
one of the
Kerr
games.
is Delaware.
Up.
Eric is Massachusetts. Tim is Rhode Island.
I've counted 4 or 5 Ohioans already.
Douglas is Florida. But Rob is going to be on the north side of Columbus in Worthington. I actually lived in Worthington for about 5 years when I first moved to Ohio. My aunt and uncle lived in Worthington, Ohio. Right by 161 and 71, just up the street from there. So there we go. We got North London. Dangerous Dave is North London.
Originally,
Kevin is England. Illinois is in the house.
Grew up in Texas.
Got some California.
Yeah.
Berlin,
I guess we'll
Germany. Nice. Tim is from Berlin.
Yeah, Timmy.
Wisconsin, Washington.
Washington.
Upstate New York.
Oh, nice area. I love that
Is
area
that
of
the
New York.
posh bit?
Yeah. Well, it's the
Now
mountainous area
Maryland. There you go. Maryland is in the house. Ireland is Dublin. There's
with
nice.
Fred. Yep.
Sweden, California, Bay Area. Nice. We got a Philly fan here in the house.
Unfortunate. Oh, geez.
Still
in Belgium.
If Derek Wings is from Sweden, but now he's in Michigan. I think he's from Michigan, but he's in Sweden.
Lives in Sweden.
Yeah.
Ellesmere
Same temperature.
Port, Chester.
Ellesmere Port. Went there many years ago on a narrowboat. Beautiful place.
Nice. We got some Denmark in the house. Nice. Lovely Denmark. Morehead City, North Carolina. Lovely area there. My brother lives in North Carolina. Cary area. Cary with a C-A-R-Y. Let's see. Old Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Quebec, Canada.
Hampshire.
There you
No.
go.
Birmingham.
Germany.
No.
Hobbits in Middle Earth by Eric. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're going from Middle Earth. That's awesome. Go. Oh, here we go. Got a Chiefs fan. Here we go. We're going to start
He's from Missouri.
a big rivalry going as they
Show
got the
me
Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles playing tomorrow for the Super Bowl. Woo! Here's what we're going to do this week for Jester's Jeopardy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bypass War Games this week. We're going to make it super simple. Tomorrow's the Super Bowl. Anyone today, you get one guess. Anyone that gives me the correct score for the Super Bowl tomorrow, you're going to win a prize, a free game.
Phew.
So you get one guess. You put it in right now. You have until the 1 hour marks. That's 6 minutes.
Nerd jumped again. Nerd jumped the gun. He said 26 before he knew the
Wow.
rules.
And I need to know the final score and the winner.
Winner. Yeah, historic
So you
wings.
have
I'm
to
sorry,
get the
17 to
winner
7.
and the final score correct.
Herman says 1-0.
Herman,
Can
wow,
you get a
that-
1-0 in football?
The lowest you can score is 2
Even
points.
I thought that. Yeah, that's tries and things, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a typical European right there. 1-1 draw.
Yeah, draw.
Because you said football.
All right, you have 3 minutes to post your final score and who's winning the game tomorrow. Jester's Jeopardy. We'll find out if anyone's going to win a free game from Jester's Jeopardy. You got to guess the final score tomorrow. Obviously, Historic Wings doesn't know what he's doing. Herman doesn't know what he's doing. Stingler, 17-13 Eagles. Okay, we have 21-10 Eagles. I'm going to say it's Bills 21-3. That's a good guess. We're not even in it. Eagles 31-24. Will GM for food 14-10 Eagles. Eric says 28-14 Chiefs.
That's the first Chiefs we've had.
Edward, Kansas City 34,
Ooh.
Philadelphia 10. Peter,
And he's from New York too, so
28. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Hold on. This is the Super Bowl final tomorrow, is it?
yes.
This is
There's
the
only two
biggest
teams.
sporting event in the world, and most people can't get a simple thing like put your
There's
final
only
score.
2 teams in it that you know already, yeah?
yes.
Why you got such a monogamy of not monogamy, a sort of plethora of different teams that are not in it? then?
No.
Because most of these people don't know what they're doing, obviously.
They must be British.
It's Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles. So some of them will say the team names and some of them will give them the city names. So that's why. It's kind of like if you say United, what do you think when you
Of
say
course,
United?
of course.
Manchester.
He's going with the
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns in a blowout. So they're going to 34-30 Eagles. I don't know where the Eagles are, but
Eagles.
28-17, 28.
Oh, Tweezer's got it. Tweezer's got it. Philadelphia wins by 5 wickets.
Chiefs 24-21, says Herman. There you go. There's better.
Will GM for food 6-3 Gryffindor.
38-34 Chiefs.
They're not taking it
Philadelphia
seriously.
34 Kansas.
No, we've got
Kansas
some good scores, but I
30.
like
Okay.
the fun parts. Like
Leslie,
danger save 0.
27-17. Nerd, 3-14 Eagles.
That's not kind. That's not kind.
Whoa. Historic wings, you're disinvited.
Uh-oh. 22 now. I haven't
What
got
is
to
it?
that one. 2024 Chiefs. Eagles 49, Chiefs 38. Boy, that's a high scoring one there. Yeah,
I think it's
63
gonna be a high
difference.
score.
All right. I think that's it.
Historic
got
wings.
about 30 more
Michigan wins
seconds.
over Ohio States. That's the only thing we all need to know.
Oh, yeah. He's disinvited.
He's disinvited.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're talking to two Buckeyes here, guys.
Oh, right.
Know your role.
Oh, okay. He was just teasing.
I was just
He
teasing.
went
He went to Michigan State. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. You're at.
right.
He could get away with saying Michigan.
Reinvited
yes.
them.
Sparty's okay. I can live with Sparty.
I like Sparty too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for when they step up and beat the Buckeyes.
They always seem to do it when at the worst time for the
when
Buckeyes.
it's undefeated and
Yeah. And Michigan State has nothing to play for.
right.
That's the Ohio State. Yeah.
All right. If you have about 30 seconds, if you have not posted your final score for tomorrow's Super Bowl, because I'm going to be reviewing the tape before I give out games, and it's going to be something good too. It's not going to be. It might be something.
Have you decided yet, or is it a surprise for next week?
It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
It's a surprise. Ruff, do we have what happened in history today?
I'm afraid we do.
Uh-oh.
You want me to do that now?
If you don't mind.
Well, where's my Dewberry?
Oh,
See, come on.
Did you do it last? You did it last week. By the way,
did
my
it last
daughter comes
week.
down. My daughter comes down and asks, "What's the historical event of the day?" By the way, she makes me recap everything you say.
All right, good. And
I should just play it for her because I can't do the good British accent, so it doesn't sound as sophisticated.
I don't know where your thing is, Ruff. You're going to have
you
to.
said that last week.
No, I don't know why I don't have them, Ruff. You guys, did you guys send them to me?
Yes, because we used it on the first week. Hold on.
Hang on.
Philadelphia in straight sets, 6-4, 7-5, 6-3.
There we go.
I love it. I love Blue. Blue's always got. He's got that British wit. Okay, sorry. Back to you, Ruff.
You got it right. So, I got rid of it.
No,
Sorry.
you got rid of it. So
sorry, I mustn't get rid of it. I mustn't close
All right.
the tabs. Hold on a
Everyone,
sec.
get ready to drink.
Hold on. Yeah, I mustn't close the tabs. I can minimize it, but I mustn't close the tabs. Hold on. Screen. Right. Okay.
Oh,
Let me get a
Peter. Only the NFL leadership know for sure.
Now, Tony, you were moaning about Tales of a Guinea Pig.
He
He's gone.
He
He's
left.
gone. Rotter. Right. Here we go. 14-6. Oh, you're going to? Did you show it? Or is it on? Is it not? No.
He was going to get a
My
beer.
I was just going. Yeah, I had to go get a beer.
This is not very professional. So,
I know.
Have you got me slide up? Because I wanted to talk about something quickly on there to Tone because he was taking the
Yes,
mickey out of
sir.
it.
Here we go.
Yeah, the Tales of the
Thank you. The reason is, where is it?
It says it's there, but it's not. That's weird.
There it is.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
I can't minimize it. Now, this one you said Tale of a Guinea Pig, Tone.
Yeah.
That's actually the recollections of a World War II fighter pilot.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm good. I'm interested. That's perfect.
It's out of print, so it's an old book. Anyway, 1466, 11th of February, 1466. This is nothing to do with war or anything, but it was just interesting. The birth of Elizabeth of York, wife of Henry VII and mother of Henry VIII. She died on her birthday in 1503, aged only 37. But I don't know if you have it over there, the nursery rhymes, kids' nursery rhymes, Sing a Song of Sixpence.
No.
No, well, there we are. You see, the king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. Is the queen Elizabeth of York, and the king is Henry VII? Is reportedly to be that from the kids' nursery rhyme. So only people from my part of the world will know what I'm talking about. So there we go.
Well, there are plenty of those. So that's.
I know. 1586. Sir Francis Drake, with an English force, captures and occupies the Spanish colonial port of Cartagena de Indies for 2 months, obtaining a ransom and booty. This was 2 years before the Spanish Armada. So good old Frank there. 1943. So not a lot happened. 1943, General Dwight Eisenhower was selected to command the Allied armies in Europe on this day. And in 1945, I mentioned it last week, the Yalta Conference ends after an 8-day session. It began last week, where President Franklin D. Roosevelt, along with Winston Churchill and old Joseph, discussed Europe's post-war reorganization and the re-establishment of a war-torn Europe, and for the Soviets to enter the war against Japan upon Germany's defeat. There we go. 1971. 87 countries, including the UK, the United States, and the USSR, signed the Seabed Treaty. This outlawed nuclear weapons, testing nuclear weapons on the ocean floor in international waters. There you go. 1971. And 2017, North Korea test fires a ballistic missile across the Sea of Japan. But what I want to talk about in a little bit of detail is something that happened in 1942 called the Channel Dash. Happened today, 1942. The Channel Dash, Operation Cerberus, was a German naval operation during the Second World War, obviously. A Kriegsmarine squadron comprising the 2 Scharnhorst-class battleships and the heavy cruiser Prinz Jürgen, and their escorts were evacuated from Brest in Brittany to German ports. That started today. So why was that? Well, the Scharnhorst and Gneisenau had arrived in Brest sort of a year before, 22nd of March, after the success of Operation Berlin in the Atlantic. This was the raiding of British convoys. More raids were planned and the ships were refitted at Brest. The ships were a threat, obviously, to the Allied transatlantic convoys, and RAF Bomber Command attacked them from the 30th of March, 1941. Gneisenau was hit on the 6th of April, 1941, and Scharnhorst on the 24th of July, after dispersal to La Palisse. In late 41, the amateur painter ordered the German Navy High Command to plan an operation to return these ships to Germany because they were getting bombed, and in case the British invaded Norway, so one of those ships back in Germany. The short route was up the English Channel. This was the preferred route by the Germans, rather than going all the way round the UK, and they decided to go along the Channel up. I'll do it around the right. Don't do it the opposite way. Up the Channel, back to Germany, and using the Luftwaffe for air cover. Now, the British were listening in. They exploited the decrypts of German radio messages coded with the Enigma. Air reconnaissance was also used, and RAF photographic reconnaissance was used. And agents in France were told to watch the ships and report the damage caused by the bombing. Operation Fuller, which was a joint Royal Navy RAF contingency plan, was devised to counter a sortie by the German ships against Atlantic convoys. So they had a plan in case these ships come out and started to harass convoys. Also, in case they wanted to return to German ports by going round the British Isles, or indeed a dash up the old English Channel. The Royal Navy had to keep ships at Scapa Flow because of the Tirpitz in Norway and the Norway thing going on. The RAF had sent lots of squadrons from Bomber Command and Coastal Commands overseas, and kept their torpedo bombers in Scotland ready for the Tirpitz. So they didn't have enough aircraft available against the dash up the Channel. And also the weather, the winter weather, was terrible and reduced visibility and blocked the airfields with snow. So on today, 1942, the ships left Brest at 9:14 p.m. and escaped detection for more than 12 hours, approaching the Strait of Dover without discovery. The Luftwaffe were providing a bit of air cover, Operation Thunderbolt, and as the ships neared Dover, the British went, hello, I've got something out there. They belatedly responded. Attacks by the RAF, the Fleet Air Arm Navy, and bombardments by coastal artilleries were costly favours. They missed. But the Scharnhorst and Gneisenau were damaged by mines in the North Sea. Scharnhorst was out of action for almost a year. By the 13th of Feb, the ships had reached German ports. Winston Churchill was doing his nut and ordered an inquiry into the debacle, and the Times denounced the British fiasco. The Kriegsmarine judged the operation a tactical success, but a strategic failure because the threat to the Atlantic convoys had been sacrificed for a hypothetical threat to Norway. So on the 23rd of February, Prince Eugen was torpedoed off Norway, and after being repaired, spent the rest of the war in the Baltic. Gneisenau went into dry dock and was bombed on the night of the 26th, 27th of February, never to sail again, and Scharnhorst was sunk at the Battle of the North Cape on the 26th of December, 1943. There we are, the Channel Dash today.
Nice.
And that's what happened.
The Channel Dash. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Where do you get this much knowledge, guys? Where? There's no other podcast that gives you as much knowledge as this. I mean, we give it all to you. Absolutely. Tony, what do you got for us today, my friend?
I've got to make up for last week, so I've got a couple things. But first, I've got to give credit to my good friend Mitch Land in his next war series.
Has he still got the ump because you mentioned Advanced Squad Leader?
Nah,
Sucking up to him.
no. But I support my designer friends just as much as you know. And the next war series is really good. But Next War Iran is actually out right now on P500. It currently has 668, so it's made the cut.
Ooh,
so
already done. Already done.
Quick, yeah.
Yeah, I know they've been play testing. I've been seeing the notifications that they've been play testing it. It's one of those things that is really cool. They do a lot of play testing, and the developer Ralph is a really good guy. He does a good job with that part. So we have Next War Iran, P500. The other P500 is another of the Campaign Levy series. This is in Byzantine, the Siege, the Seljuk. So excited about that. I really am enjoying this series so far from what I've played. But and there's a ton more involved that are coming through. So that's that one. And then finally, I have a sales that I want to make sure everybody knew about, which I'm pretty sure they do. And actually now they're sold out. So, well, let's see if the other one's sold out. No, so yep. So this is the only one that's left. So MMP was having a sale. They needed to clear out. They had Warriors of Japan, and they had what's the other one? There's
Warriors
two
of
them.
God.
King Philip's Ward.
King's
It's
Field
sold
War.
out. And then the other one was The Most Dangerous Time. It's sold out. But so for I think was this one $5? Yeah, $5 you can have Warriors of Japan.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the other ones were $10. $5.
Problem is,
$10.
of course, I have to pay £150 shipping to get it across.
I got mine for sale for 45. So if you're interested, you missed out. Let me know. Warriors of Japan, $45.
Yeah, it's sold out. It's out of print now. So they were trying to clear up. I'm pretty sure
price,
they're
if
clearing
you
out
don't get it
because of
today, the price will be $55 next time we talk.
So I just wanted to make sure that, but I have King Philip's War. I don't have the other ones, but they don't interest me that much. But I know a lot of people are interested in that time period. So, but unfortunately, yeah. So $10 for Most Dangerous Time, $5 was for King Philip's War, and then it's $5 for Warriors of Japan, which I think follows the Warriors of God series. So
Yep, that is true. Warriors of God.
So that's what I've got for you guys today. Also, please make sure if you're interested in the Wolf Pack, I didn't put it up here, but I did do a live session yesterday, and we'll be continuing it on Friday again about the same time. So you guys can jump on and check that out.
So I did want to talk about that for a minute, actually. So why don't you just, because a lot of people don't know much about that game. Why don't you just kind of go over a quick overview of what you guys were doing and what happened and kind of outline.
Yeah, so we played it, and nothing happened when we went through it. But the game, as you said, is something going to happen? Well, yeah, Mike almost got sunk before we even really started. But it's very good. It's that I think that in between being too much of a detailed simulation and the Hunters, which is a good game. So this is that next step up. It is a solitaire game, but it can be played as a team game, and it's so much fun. They both play very well. Like sometimes a solitaire, like a co-op game, doesn't play well solitaire. You can control 4 characters, but it's almost too much. But it plays good, plays good one way or the other way. This, I think, plays good both ways. You can, because it's a campaign game. You
still have to. You can't do it with just a single sub. You have to have.
No, you still do 4s.
You use 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
so
it's still
the main theme is you're a wolf pack of 4 different subs.
Yes,
you're controlling 4 subs, whether you're playing solo or you're playing multiplayer. So if you got 2 people are controlling 2 subs.
2 subs, yes. We had 3 yesterday. I controlled 2 subs.
Stig's off again. Stig, he's already told me off for mispronouncing Prince Eugen incorrectly, and he's talking about solitaire games. Look, he's off. He's off.
So we didn't get into the hunting part because we were talking about how it's a campaign game. It's really a campaign game at the heart of it. You can do individual missions, you can do individual patrols, or just a certain time period. But the heart of it is a campaign game you do over 4 periods. And each period
you're like the admiral then, and you're in charge of organizing which subs goes which direction and all that.
Yeah, and then you get into those subs and you're like in control of those 4 subs. So you start out the big guy saying, okay, I want this sub, this sub, this sub, this sub to be a part of the wolf pack. But then you can also send up to 4 other boats out on patrol to help gain experience points and some tonnage and things like that. And you're going after the convoy. So it's not just one boat. You're not going to roll to see one boat. You've got this whole convoy. It moves. You've got to adjust as it moves, and it's really, really cool. It's got this going out. So if you think of the DVG games where you have the card to pull when you're going out, you pull the event card. And for the one going to the target, and then there's an event card coming back. So stuff can happen on the way to and on the way back. I had lost my rudders on the way out, had got damaged because I sunk.
Oh, I think that's just when I had to leave was when you get your rudders damaged.
Yeah, my rudders got damaged.
Each submarine can have its own damage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So looking at the thing, it's a little bit like the hunters where we got damage. But that's where the similarity ends. But each
because you can repair those. Yeah, you can repair those pretty. Unless it's heavy damage, you can repair them. Which heavy damage sucks. But so I had medium damage on my rudders. I was able to repair it in the repair phase. Nerd actually had some crew members injured. You can't repair crew members, but you can adjust where you take the losses at. So it's kind of cool because you don't think of it like one person in the bow, one person in the center part, and one person in the aft. I probably did that backwards. It's a group of people.
There's about 60-odd, 70-odd people on a sub. So
yeah. So you can adjust. So you can you're sending people to different areas. So if one area has like a medium damage where it's a -2 die roll, you can split that up and send people from another one where they'll take a light damage. They're not really taking a light damage. You're just reallocating the people. So the damage is pretty cool, and how you get it fixed and things like that. And this is just the approach. All this has happened on just the approach. We haven't even got into the convoy yet. So it's really cool. And then once you get in to the convoy, you're hunting around the convoy. You have to watch out so they don't see you. The convoy can move fast or slow. You really want a slow convoy. You can have good or bad weather, day or night, and all those affect on how well you can see the convoy, which is what we're going to be getting into on Friday. We'll get more detail on that. So if you really, and I will tell you, Mike worked with a retired submariner on the game. So he has a lot of
Submariner.
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 Submariner. Yeah, I got you. I'm wrong on that one. You're right.
I'm joking. Come on.
Yeah, no, but he was master sergeant on a Los Angeles class submarine, so
Ooh.
he's got some insider information that's really helped him out with the game. And right now we're just nitpicking. I'm not good at the nitpicking stuff, but I like to play the game and then watch have Mike go along with as I'm watching it, and I can say I don't understand this, and we reword it, and it works out there. Master Commander Chief, that's what it is. Thank you, Mike. Master Commander Chief. So we're hoping to have him in on Friday, maybe run a sub on Friday and see how it goes.
Well, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So
how long? You played several hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Now this is obviously over the internet, so everything slows down on the internet. So
Yeah.
how long is a typical scenario going to last?
Well, the campaign it's quite a long period, but like if you just do a patrol, I would say 30 to 45 minutes per patrol. And the nice thing is you can pack it away and then put it back out. So it's not like you have to keep it out set up. You can, one of the things that the Hunters has is you roll to see if you can improve your crew. This one, you get experience points and you can improve your boats. So you can improve your captain, you can
whatever. Yeah.
You can spend the money, on whatever you want. Yeah.
Whatever you want. Yeah. So it's really, really cool. That was the number 3. Mike was telling me that guy is the number 3 on the boat. So he's really number 3 on the boat. He's pretty big guy. Yeah. You can do less than the 4 boats on, depending on how things are going, because you have to hit so many victory points for each period, and it gets harder and harder. So it's a lot of fun. I would check it out. Again, we're going to be doing 3 p.m. Eastern. That's noon Pacific on Friday. We're going to continue the patrol that we started. Nerd jumped in and he keeps sinking boats for Mike. So actually, in this case, he didn't. It was actually Mike.
Worse than me. Then is that what you're saying?
No. Actually, Mike wanted to keep the things down, but he kept having a problem. So
let me ask you this. Let's say the 4 of us, let's say the 3 of us and Mike got together. We did a patrol.
Yeah.
And my sub gets sunk.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat on some weird randomness or whatever. What happens? Am I out of the game?
No, because you can get another sub the next patrol we go out. Once we go out again, yeah. So we finish that patrol and then
for that patrol I would have to be out, but then
yeah,
I can join in and get a different sub and go on the next patrol or whatever. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? Sorry, Stiglitz just said something, and do we take, how long does it take to broach the subject of our show? Well, I tell you what, we're using the tried and tested method of Ardwolf and Dan. We're using that method. We have a title for a show, and then we completely talk about food for the rest of the hour. So that's how it works.
Whiskey. Yep. There we go.
Whiskey. Yeah.
Well, everyone is interested to know because, I didn't realize this subject was going to be so divisive for some reason. Wow. You think war gamers would have gotten over that stuff. I thought you guys would like to have some information, and learn some stuff. Ruff's remembers, great episode, things to hear and learn about, and then hearing about what Tony experienced. I thought that would be important to you guys.
And Eric's also putting comments in. He is a playtester as well. Wolfpack is a much more tactical game than the Hunters. Hunters is on a rail. That's the best way I can say it. You just kind of roll to see what happens. While Wolfpack, you're actually it's more tactical. So you're trying to maneuver, get in, find out, ID the ships. It's not like you can know what all the ships are. You have to find that out. It's really, really a great system, and it does a great job. And Mike's just finalizing it and getting it all taken care of. So
yeah, I mean the Hunters, great game series. I love them. You're controlled by the dice. The dice, run the game. Yes. The tables and the dice run the game.
Yeah, so there's other ways you can do. So if you are,
stop it.
I think we are going to have to boot them. That would be great.
But it's one of those things that the more I play it, the more I love it. It's so immersive. It's so much fun, and especially when it's a little more than what a beer and pretzels game is because there's a little bit more to it, but I could easily just see having about 4 guys around you, have a couple beers,
wrong with beer and pretzels and a group of peeps,
Yeah, it's one of those. It's got everything that somebody would like. I really guarantee because you can do it solo or you could play it as a team game. it's a lot of fun. And then Mike's gonna said he was looking to tweak to do if you do a team game to see who does the best and things like that. So there's no real way to sacrifice somebody else because you can do a random roll. Like if two subs are in the middle of getting attacked or could be attacked, you do a random. So it just so you don't have you're not trying to sync somebody else to save yourself. Although that would kind of be fun at least.
And Stigler, I refer you to my previous answer, Ardworth and Dan.
So, okay, what is our topic the biggest games you have in your collection. So,
The biggest games you have in your collection. There you go. I didn't realize this was going to be so divisive and controversial.
Well,
Good
we do it the other
Lord.
way round, Stig. We go off on a tangent and then focus down on the subject.
My goodness
Last
gracious.
bit.
Yep.
So let's talk about our biggest games we have in our collection. Well, what does that mean, Jester? Is it the size? Is it how long it takes to play? Is it the most maps? What does the biggest game mean? What does the biggest game? That's the point, is what is the biggest games you have in your collection? Because I can literally say the biggest games I have in my collection are
Atlantic Wall.
Shut up.
no, I
that's
would
for you.
say
That's-
my coin. I would say my coin games. That's the biggest
Okay.
games I have in my collection because it literally takes up the most shelf. When there's the most games I have are from that one series. So I would say the biggest games in my collection. But then I could also say the biggest games in my collection are Atlantic Wall because it has got the most counters in the game. So what is the definition of the biggest game of your collection? That's my point. Because when you
Is
say
there
the
one?
biggest game,
It's like, what is a war game? Is it the amount of counters? Is it the amount of scenarios you get? Because Panzer Grenadier gets
there you go. Panzer Grenadier, right? I've got
gets it up there, the biggest game in terms of amount of scenarios.
I will say, generally speaking, and this is generally, when you're talking game, you're talking physical size is generally what you think. You're thinking monster games when you say the biggest game.
If you
for
say
me,
the word monster, yes, that then says.
well,
game.
I still think when you say biggest game, it is literally the physical size of the game. It's that's to me for what that is
I
the
think
you're
map
you're
talking
right.
size.
about
It's
the
a
size
general-
of table space it takes up. Is that what
Yes,
you're saying?
yeah. So, like for me, it would be 3 days at Gettysburg. That's the largest game I own physically. It's 3 maps, and not 3 easy way to set up maps either. So,
Or is it one of those skewy things all over the place?
it's like
I don't-
2 and then another one
Another
below.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all cockamamie. It's like a triangle more than anything. But but I do understand. Like if you talk to some people, like you can say, "What's the largest game in your collection?" Well, Tim Zales says Advanced Squad Leader. I totally understand that because literally
Yeah,
you
it's
can
got,
have a
2
garage
more-
of
yeah.
yeah, and
But then many of those games are played on a single little map thing. So-
yeah, you have more counters than you could ever go. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. And now that you bring it up, Jester, yeah, it's interesting the way you frame that is what's the biggest games because GCACW. I used to have the OCS game, not Case Blue, the other one. It's a gray box. I can picture it, but I had that, and that was 6
Capricorn?
maps. No, it was Blitzkrieg, last Blitzkrieg, not the last.
Gotcha.
No, that's not it. Guderian's
Guderian's War.
BCS.
Guderian's Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
And it was 6 maps. That used to be my biggest one. I will say, actually, I'm gonna have to reverse that. That is 3 Days of Gettysburg is not the biggest game I have. It is the Way module from ATS. It
The
is
Way
literally
module?
the Way module. It is 6 feet long.
Huh.
It is huge, and then good 4 feet wide. So it is huge. Because it's the whole city of Way. It's the whole Battle of Way. And there is one scenario with it where you do use it's the whole Battle of Way. Somebody was asking me talking about doing that one. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
huge. So
I thought
yeah.
their D-Day landings were massive.
That's pretty. I don't have those, but yes, those are massive too because you can connect all 3 beaches.
All 3 of the beaches together.
Yeah, the Juno sword and gold, and it's literally like 15 feet long. Yeah, it's I'd hate
Yeah.
to set that up. That would take days and weeks and months, I think, to set up.
It's like the reissue of is it the Third World War?
Mhm. Yeah.
I saw it. I think I forget where it was at one convention. They'd set the whole load of maps up. It was just like huge.
Apparently, you can connect Case Blue with Guderian's Blitzkrieg and like another one to put it together. So that could be pretty massive as well for the OCS titles.
Yeah, but
I don't.
The thing is, would we buy? I wouldn't buy. Time for Trumpets, huge game. Atlantic Wall, great game, I dare say. But there's no way I'm going to play it. I mean, the biggest game I've got is, in terms of size, is TCS Leros, which has 3 maps in it, and I'm going to have problems playing that. So,
do they have a lot of smaller scenarios in that box?
Oh yeah. But if you want to do the campaign, which a lot of people do, you're going to have a lot of space to play it. I mean, things like Red Storm, it's 2 maps. I find that, and they're sort of top and bottom rather than side to side, which you might be able to fit in on a table, but top to bottom. And the same with the Russian campaign. It's a top to bottom, not a monster game by any half. It's what 3 count sheets, for the whole of the Russian campaign, but size-wise.
Stigler, how many maps is the Highway to the Reich? He says that's what's his largest a little bit.
That's
how many maps is that?
That's a long game, isn't it? A long map.
I think that's a longer map.
Top
Yeah.
road, Highway to Hell.
DAC 2 was a pretty big game, but I don't have that anymore. I think I got rid of.
Would you call Mr. President a monster game?
Yes, that'll be huge. It's 60 inches long. Yes, it is going to be huge. I'm excited. 4 maps? Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's definitely. I think anything bigger than a 4 map, anything like 4 maps, I think you could almost call that.
The point of this is what biggest games can mean to different people means different things. Like I said, I have games that have 1 million pieces in it. Okay, that's for me. That's the biggest thing. But then there's also mine is. I got 12 maps that lay out. That's the biggest game for me. I've got 12 games in the series. Well, that's the biggest game then.
As I said, huge amount. But again, very small footprint.
Yeah.
But crikey, it's so Stig. It's like a bowling alley with a couple on the end, sort of thing. Is it? Blimey.
That's it's nuts. Some of the large games that are out there. My thing is that okay, so you've got that Leros game, which is 3 maps, and everybody wants to.
That's going to be wants to play.
Yeah, everybody wants to play the campaign. I want to know the actual number of people that actually play the campaign. Like, I bought games that I thought this will be awesome, and then I look at it and go, "What the hell was I thinking?"
And I think with Tweez, we're talking about what games we're going to play at PunchCon, and I think we might decide to do a NUC Paris, the whole thing, and that's a few maps. But that's the only time really you get the opportunity to play a game like that is when you're at a convention and you've got 2, 3, 4 people playing it. So
we're in April when I go to Mitch's little convention. We're playing The Greatest Day, but we're not playing. We're not playing the whole game. We're playing one of the large scenarios, which is pretty much the whole game, but it's a shorter version. And I doubt we get through a good part of it because it's just you can play it on the weekend, but it's probably like I know Artie plays those large games. But he has
he's got a crew. I think he's got a group of guys that get together, and go.
It's like once a week they play, and I know that takes months for them to do.
And then you got someone to play it and keep it, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Now, I do agree with Stigler in the fact that these large games, once you get a big enough monitor, are great on Vassal because
you can have otherwise just scrolly on it. My monitor's about that big, so it takes forever to get down. Oh dear!
So we're actually prepping The Greatest Day right now. I'm the 21st Panzer, so I have nothing to do. But I don't until because this is like the landing, so I'm like.
Are you the ones that the disgraced painter didn't want to bring forward?
Yeah. So I'm jumping in when I can, but there's not much for me to do right now. But they're actually,
They've
doing
seen
a
you
lot
throw
of the
dice.
landings.
That's why.
Yes.
They've seen you throw dice.
Yeah. So it's actually me and Morty Robe and a guy named Ty were the baddies. And then you have Mitch and a bunch of other guys 4 other guys out of the Commonwealth. So it's pretty cool. I
So
do
really-
love that system. That system
Yeah.
is so great. And the guy we've got with us is probably he's not the designer, but he loves it. He's probably the expert on the GTS series.
Yeah.
He's done videos on it. So
Well, who's that?
his name's Ty Stauffer. It's
Okay.
Games from the Front, I think, is what his channel
right.
is.
Okay.
But then again, you're only going to get the opportunity to do that and maybe play with 4, 8 people or whatever
Yep.
at a
Mhm.
convention. Yeah. Leros hasn't got a huge counter.
Counter,
It's just
yeah.
saying
It's just a
I'm
big
I
map.
think it's interesting. A lot of people
amount of maps.
forget Pacific War just released 10 counter sheets and 6 maps? Not a single person
it's
mentioned
one,
that.
it's one map,
What do you mean it's only one map?
one mounted map. I'm sure. Hold on. It's been a while.
Pacific War? No, I can't believe that. And the 4-inch box, you're telling me there's one map?
Hold on. I've done myself a mischief. Hold on. There's 2 mounted map boards. 2 mounted map boards. That's it. And you play a lot of the scenarios on a smaller version of it, a paper map. But yeah, the reason it's got a 4-inch box is because it's got
10 counter sheets. that's
It's
like
wild.
that's like an inch and a half by itself.
and sort of like 6 books in it, So this is going to be my sitting in a bath chair dribbling game when I retire.
That you're going to be
I'll
sitting
fly
in,
over,
you're gonna
Ralph.
be in
I'll
a
fly.
bath chair dribbling when that thing falls off the shelf and hits you in the head. That's why you're going to be dribbling.
I hope not, because it does. It weighs. That's what I wanted the 3-inch boxes from the GMT sale for, to try and get some of that stuff in there. So yeah, but yeah, surprisingly, not a huge footprint map wise. But
Yeah, I am surprised. I thought that had more maps in it.
No.
What's the other one I was thinking of? What about Death Valley? What's that? How many maps does that have? Tony, you're
That's-
an expert on that one.
That's got multiple maps.
that's multiple
Um,
maps, but lots
but
of
it's
counters,
multiple
lots of
battles.
scenarios.
Lots of scenarios, lots of battles. There's like 6 different battles in it, or even with the
You
expansion,
got
I think it's like 10 or 12.
two battle books with that.
Kind of
haven't you?
like an
It's-
SPQR thing.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
Where you
yeah,
have different
yeah.
battles
Which
from different. Okay.
Which, if you want to go by again the amount that's in a game, though the SPQR battle, Death Valley fits right in there with those
Yeah.
which you could call a big game because of the amount of stuff you get with it. And honestly, it's a great game for the price too. Like
Yeah.
what you get
yeah.
with those games, the Great Battles of History, both American Civil War and the GBOH, you get plenty in those boxes that I think it's worthwhile for sure. I'm excited that they brought out Le Caesar. It's still, that series still gets continually on my top 10 for videoing, for watches. Even now, it's usually in the top 10, like
There's
all the way
so
through.
much game in the box for
Mhm.
them. I know their games are expensive. I know that, but for what you pay, there's so much game in those GBOH, GBACW,
Yeah.
and even the BAOR. I'm using lots of
Mm.
acronyms here.
Yep.
Mm, very
Yeah.
nice. Well, here's the thing. Is it what as Ruff said, Panzer Grenadier, right? I can play 120 different scenarios out of a box game.
Lifetime.
Panzer or Pacific War's only got like 5-6 scenarios, right?
Mhm.
Panzer Grenadier's got 120 of them in their box. So
Yeah.
which is considered bigger?
Well, just bigger in amount of play stuff you've got is in Monster in that way. Not in counters, although you do get fed up getting a lot of move counters.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
box has got the all the admin counters. But yeah, no, it's not a huge game footprint wise, but you could play that for the rest of your life and nothing else. In that respect, it's like ASL. Yeah, it could become a sort of life thing. You know, you could just play
except for I would say it's not as complex.
Oh God! Thank God, it's not as complex.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you could play those forever. Oathsworn, that's a big game. I can't get hold of it.
Oathsworn is the big one for sure. Yeah,
I can't get hold of it.
Stack up all. Let's see. Moved up on the chain. Sorry, stacked up on my Marvel United and stronger than I am. There you go.
Warfighter.
Warfighter. That's a huge game when it comes to that part. Yeah.
We talked about this during my end of January, review when I did my number one game of all time, Dominion, with my 15 expansions and how many different combinations you get when you have 600 different cards that you can put into your kingdom. So that is like the biggest game that I currently own in the amount of variability for sure.
I would have, if we went collection wise, it'd be a tie between Panzer Grenadier, ATS, and Coin for me, just due to the sheer number of modules. So like ATS is probably number one, Panzer Grenadier would be number two with the amount of modules I have, and then Coin would be number three. But I will say that Coin, I have 100% of all the Coin games. So,
but are they monster games? Stig said, like Death Valley. It's not a big footprint.
No, I love that about Death Valley.
Yeah, but a game like Case Blue is a monster game to some people because it's like the size.
Well, it is a monster. It is the size of a football pitch, and nobody can play it unless they play it on Vassal or you
play
have
at the convention, and go and have a meal while you're waiting for your turn. But
150 scenarios in the book, so that's a lot of stuff there. Which we'll talk to next week for.
Yeah, we're having you on the
Zombicide games. Yeah, there's a lot in those games as well.
But not what I call monsters. I think it depends how you're using the term monster. Monster, does it mean?
I didn't say anything about monster.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of expansion.
Zombies is a monster game.
Oh, right. No, they're not technically a monster. No.
What? How can you not call a zombie a monster? Like, seriously.
Are they the undead or are they vampires? Anyway, but they're
still monsters.
All right.
Anyways,
fighting. Monster, is it size? Is it expansions? Is it amount of scenarios? I think most grognards would think that, or grognards, or however you pronounce, Stig will tell me off, is the amount of footprint it has. I think most people would use that definition. But as you said, it's a little grey. The area is a little grey.
It's very grey because war gamers think of it one way. Board gamers think of it a completely different way when you say the biggest games that they have. They don't look at the biggest as in the big size. They do not look at it as in biggest as in
more
how
cards.
Much stuff do I get in the box? That's the
more cards. Yeah.
Well, then you'd have to throw point blank at that with all the cards you get in one box.
That's it. That's it. That's what you get. Unless they're doing expansions for it. But things like Eldritch Horror, you've got all these expansions, Shadows of Brimstone, all this stuff, Warfighter, all this stuff. Not a monster game in size of footprint, but cards.
Yeah, Not Jay says World at War 85. If you get the expansion, the Frankfurt, that's a huge map. That's massive.
That has to be played on the floor.
Yeah,
I mean they did a canvas map for that, didn't they? Lock and
load.
Yeah,
they did a canvas map, and then Wardy Robe did. And then Wardy Robe did yoga on it.
Yes, or some sort of weird, freaky dance. Quite scary. It was a bit scary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was about £300 to buy that. It was like. Lovely.
I want to see how big. What's the biggest scenario in Blood and Fury? Like, I'm very.
That James says he has the canvas map. Wow.
Oh, it's big, isn't it? It's big.
I think Not Jay bought it from Wardy Robe.
Wardy Robe said one used. It's used. One owner.
Slightly used.
Slightly used. Slightly
Slightly
used. Yeah.
used, yeah.
Yes. You have to watch out for the footprint on the canvas map.
But yeah, Blood and Fury. I think there's going to be
That's
a lot in that.
Yes, that'll be fun. I like it because it's a deeper. I don't want to say deeper.
No,
It's a higher. It's a higher
like-
level system than the Nations at War.
Well, it's
Just-
Nations at
it's
War
just
with
because-
missiles, because that's
Yeah,
why
it's just because there's more stuff.
more
You
ordnance.
have
Yeah.
more ordnance. Yeah. So I mean, with World War II, you literally have mortars, tanks, machine guns.
Yeah, anti-tank guns. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much of it. Yeah. So
Well, we talked
you
about
know,
simplicity in games, right? And sometimes simpler is better just because it is simpler.
yeah, it's I hate using the word simple because it connotates that it's easy.
Yeah, it
And-
sort of duds down the game.
Yeah,
that it's
it's-
it's not
Yeah.
worth.
And I
worth-
like that. I do like the word crunchy. It's not as crunchy. But even then, anytime you say something like that, I think it kind of downgrades the game a little bit. If you have a game, it's understandable. That's, hey, the rules are really understandable, quick and easy to understand. And to
As
me,
you-
that
as
makes
you
more
know,
sense.
As you know, Mike, there are no complex games. They're just games that have more bits in them that you've got to
Yeah,
remember.
it's more exceptions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And that's
not
what makes it
hard.
complicated because there's
Once
more
you-
to remember.
Once you figure out movement and combat, that's pretty much the two things you need to know about war games: movement and combat.
Hmm.
So once you figure those two things out, then you have to remember all the exceptions. Okay, well, I can't do this movement, but
for
those
us-
two, yeah. Once you've learned that, what's the first thing I do when I pull out a rule book? How do I fire? How do I kill something? And how do I move? Literally, that's what I do.
But then, as YouTubers, we play the game once, twice, and that's it. We move on. Somebody that plays a game like Red Storm all the time say, "Well, it's not complex. It's easy." Once because they've played it all the time.
Oh, Zox. Yeah. Thanks, Danger Dave. Zox. That's the other part. It's Zox, movement, and combat. Those are the three. Yeah. Is it a sticky Zoc? Is it not? Can you move through? That type of thing. So yeah.
and
and
then
that's-
all the other bits.
Yes. See, I won't even say supply, other than to know if there is or is not supply. Because
Tony, I've just realised. Are you trying to be a disc jockey there? You're being a radio announcer, sticking that right up your nose there. What's going on?
I'm just trying to keep my voice down so I'm not yelling.
It looks cool though. It looks cool.
I just keep my voice down so I don't disturb the rest of the house. Because I do get excited about this and animated. So this keeps
Ready to start. And in number one, we've got I've got no idea, and in number two is this. Anyway, yeah. Maybe not. That's silence. Sorry.
Wow.
Coin. So it's a Zoc. I'm sorry, Sniggler. It's still a Zoc.
What's he saying now?
He says it's not a Zoc anyway. It's a
you
zone of
turned your
control. It's a
volume
Zoc.
way down, Ruff.
Oh, that's because I spoke into it. That's why I probably.
You probably set it up wrong.
You scoot it over a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. The coin. See, the thing about the coin games is the mechanics are the same. Once you know the mechanics, you find out how to use it, and so that's why I like coin game. Once I figured out how to play it, it's easy to figure out. You don't need to learn the mechanics. You just need to learn how they do stuff. And generally speaking, it's the same. It's just the number of units that you can usually move or rally or whatever. There's a lot of the same on that. That's what I like about it. It's the mechanics are pretty simple. Flip a card, figure out who goes first. You get three choices of doing
Only you
something.
newbie guys.
He's off
use
again.
the word
Look,
dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a newbie this century. Yes, I started playing all of 10 years ago. So
So
let's
it's the
be.
abbreviation that people have. The
I can do Ezox.
yeah.
we got
what do you
Ezox.
say?
Yeah.
You have to go and say the whole thing. Enemy zones of control, or what?
Well, even in the books, a lot of times they'll say zone of control first, and then they'll put ZOC like in parentheses, so that way in the rest.
We
of
have
the
to
book-
say ZOC then instead of ZOC.
Mhm.
I suppose a bit like the BBC. You don't go BBK, do you? I suppose, but
Oh brother. Oh,
See, we
brother.
go off. Well, now we're off on topic
Now we're
here,
doing,
but
doing a hard wolf and dance. It's easy.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
I've literally to me space is starting to become an
Ah.
issue.
Oh,
Get better.
he's got
Get-
the old C.
Yeah,
Wow.
get better, Stig. Get better.
Oh yeah, get better. I
Yeah,
hope.
but don't
everything
take it
goes well
out on
for you.
us, all right?
We didn't give it to you.
Right. It wasn't our fault. Don't blame us. So we got to start winding things down a little bit here.
Oh
as
my
it's
God, is it
almost
already?
yeah, I know it's almost been
geez.
that time again already. So, what do we got going on this week? I'm hoping to get back with Herman on Thursday and hopefully pick up our Defenders of the Realm with Herman Lutman and finish that up. And as far as what else is coming up on the channel this week, I don't know. I have no idea. I've got so many new things. I've got so many things I want to do. I just don't know what I'm doing. I literally got the table cleared off. I did some unboxing videos, so now it's time to start putting something on the table. What would you guys like to see?
What about a war game?
You guys want to war? What kind of war game would you like?
What on your list?
One on my list. All right. How about
Oh, you got a bit. You got Panzer. You got all them blooming supplements from Uncle Brian. A little bit of Panzer.
Yeah, and you have all the
do.
downloads. You do have all the downloads, so you don't have to worry about. You can use the vessel.
Don't you? Oh no, not Vassal.
yeah, Vassal? No.
No.
I was actually thinking about maybe doing a Warfighter scenario. I haven't played Warfighter in a long time.
That'd
on
be
your
that.
Is that on your list?
It's not on my list.
No, but there you go. No, yeah, great. Oh,
You
yeah.
got time. You've got time.
I should probably do something on my list. So you're probably right. Let's see what's on my list. Let me pull up.
Yeah.
my
What's
list. Let's see. Top 10. I got the Hunters, which I already played. I got 1944 Battle of the Bulge, Fields of
Ain't
Fire.
the same.
I had Fields of Fire set up twice so far, ready to go, and I packed it up.
I know.
I'm just not excited about playing that right now for some
Peter
reason.
says Lete Golf.
Ooh,
is that on your list? Is that
It
on your
is.
list?
it is.
Well, you clipped them all.
Russian
So you might as
campaign,
well.
which is coming on Tuesday. I have Midway Solitaire, Labatai, Panzer Grenadier.
I want that Midway Solitaire. I've been watching that. I
I've
just don't-
watched a couple and they've thought, yeah.
Uh-oh,
Let
'cause
me know. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think.
I don't even have it, so I have to pick it up.
I don't have it either.
I have Lock and Load Tactical Nom, Second World War at Sea, which is Leyte Golf because it's the only one I currently own.
Stig,
And
we're
an RAF.
YouTubers. Stig, we're YouTubers. We have no friends to play with. We got to play it.
Of course. Ooh, Nerd Workshop. Maybe something in outer space. That sounds good.
Ooh.
I haven't done a space game for a while.
Do you know what? You played 4X, didn't you? Space Empires 4X recently.
I did.
And
That
I'm
was a
thinking,
couple-
oh, maybe I need to get that out. But yeah, great game.
What do you guys got coming up this week? Ruff, are you going to do one of your games on your list? No.
It's on my list.
What?
The first scenario of Task Force from VUCA Simulations, the War in the Pacific.
Wow.
Is in the can.
So you're going to have to tell me, like, immediately, you're going to have to tell me, I think I can get a copy of that. Should I get it is the question.
It's a Stigler game.
Oh, I don't
You'll-
want it. Then if
You'll
it's a Steamer
probably
game.
need two players. As I said earlier, I'm trying to work around it. So when I do the two-player game, I might better sort of fudge it because there is some fog of war. And as I said, the task forces are hidden and some are dummies. And the other player sends out reconnaissance to see if they can find the carrier task force or the fleet task force. And if you pull a certain chit, the person whose task forces are hidden can lift up one. And if it says carrier task force, he can go, no, that's a fleet task force, and give you wrong information because of mishaps in sort of information going on. But at the moment, I'm playing the solo tutorials to learn the game. So we'll see how we get on. There's that.
Yeah. Hey, Ruff asked Stigler asked, does that make you forget Flat Top?
it's different. It's a different game. Flat
Okay.
top is a different game to Carrier. Is a different game to
this task
Arsenal,
force. Okay.
different game to Tokyo Express. Is a different. I know flat top is a double blind system, and this is and Bismarck. That's a double blind system. They're different. They're just different. No, don't forget flat top. I'd like to play flat top one day, maybe at a convention, just to see what all the hype is about. I know it's one of your favorites, Stig.
Talk about a lot of work for no result. Flat top, very disappointing game.
Have you played it? You played it?
Yes, I played it several
right.
times.
It's a lot
It's been
of
a long time because I'm like, this game is not very good. It's ugly. First of all, it's one of the ugliest games you'll ever see.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
So, he'll play in flat top.
Yeah,
there you go, Rob.
Again, thank you, Stig. It's finding the time. If I get the time, I'll be in touch. Teach me.
Carrier. Now that was one I want to try out. Carrier by
VG, yeah, Victory Game.
Yeah, Victory
That's
Game.
the one.
Yeah.
That's the one I printed.
That's a sister game to Tony's game, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's written by the same chap.
Yep.
Different part.
So
of the,
yeah, I need to either look at Carrier or that one. I like the Coral Sea, Midway. Those are
Pick
really
that
good.
up because it's going to be cheaper than Carrier if you can find it. That's an expensive game because it's on the second-hand market.
Yeah, it's probably rights are still someplace in.
That's why I had to print my own version of it. So I've got the map, I've got the count. You saw them. I've got
Sacrilege.
The
I know. I know.
Hold on that one. Sacrilege. Lots of fun, but a monster rule book. Ooh, okay.
Yes.
So they are actually publishing a new
Well, they're
version of
doing it.
Carrier?
Well,
I heard Artwolf say that on his channel.
Yeah, well, because they're redoing my Mosby's Raider. They're redoing that too. So I hate having to buy that again. Damn it.
No, why? You're happy with that, aren't you?
Yeah, I had fun with it. It was great. I actually won. So
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually won.
That's very
I
rare.
actually won two solitaire games right now. I'm 2-0.
Wow. Hey, you do anything with Natalie and playing any games or
I
anything?
got to get her back on the channel.
You got to. What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
She's usually doing the other stuff. So she's I've got to get
all
on
weekend. You got all tomorrow. What are you doing all day tomorrow? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're doing nothing tomorrow.
Yeah, probably should get her on. Do another
Yes,
scenario
you need to
for
get her on.
that one. Yeah.
What about you, Ruff?
but-
What do you got coming up?
Well, we're going to be videoing part 2. I've got the map out because I don't know. These you think, would you use them again? But here's the little map for the next learning scenario. It's a mounted balls. They're bonkers. And this is.
Does that have it on back? It does have a backside one
That's
too.
at the back. Yeah. This is for. It's the Battle of Java Sea. So you'd only use this for that scenario because you've got where you place the Allies and the Japanese there, and there's a sort of thing that tells you which way they move, all that sort of thing. Because one player is the bot. So yeah, just a map just for that scenario. Crazy. But it does look good. I'm just worried about this fog of war. I've got maybe greater minds than I can work out something that I can use if they're familiar with the game.
Cool. They're doing a remake of the original Carrier and they're going to re-release it. Awesome.
Thanks, Rob.
Oh.
Thanks, Rob. There's a good Ohio man for you right there.
Well, that's yep.
Coming through when you need them.
If it's like the original, I'd probably buy it because mine's a print and play one. Not that it's not any good. I've had the map professionally printed and made the counters myself. So yeah, if they bring it out, I might do it. I'm waiting for the Philippine one to come out, the Carrier Battle to come out. It's not over here yet at Second Chance, so just waiting for that.
What do you got coming up, Tony? Anything?
Well, Friday we're continuing our Wolfpack.
Friday,
3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and that's like 8 o'clock your time, Rough. Proper time.
Yeah, I missed it. I didn't get a notification. But
I was kind of a last minute. Thursday night, I was like, "Hey, you available?" And he's like, "Yeah." So it was kind of last minute. But in this case, we've scheduled it next Friday, so that'll be on there. I am going to get game number 5 done, which will be Heroes of Telemark, and I'm hoping to have game number 6 done, which is Banish All the Snakes. I'm hoping
Damn
to have.
you're going to do it before me, but at least I can watch and see how it's played.
Yeah. So reading the rules, it seems pretty easy.
It is.
A matter of fact, that I might see if Natalie wants to play that. That'll be fun.
I tell you what I found.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I found on the internet, on the YouTube, it's a couple of years old because when they first designed it, the design.
I think I found that too. Yeah, he did a video of it.
Play it through, and I thought, you know what? It
was 2 years. You go and look at this video. It's from 2 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. It's taken 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe me and Natalie can play it through one night. Maybe we'll just do that one night.
Yeah, because it's a great co-op game because you're playing and saying where you're going to move and what you're going to try and push out. And the Banish the Snakes, evidently, it wasn't nothing to do with snakes. So no flame.
It's the pagans. It's the pagans. It's the pagans. Yeah. Yep. I realized that after I read the rules. I said, that makes sense now.
Yeah, it does now. It's a sort of allegory. Yes.
Yeah. Which
I guys thought it was actually snakes.
No, I knew it wasn't snakes.
Okay, all right.
Because I was waiting for the flame.
It's not like the Pied Piper and the
there literally were never any snakes on Ireland. No. It's St. Patrick kicked out all the pagans.
It's an allegory. Mind you, might better do it on St. Pat's Day.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. You could do that.
Up,
yeah.
March.
So that's what I've got going. I've typically got 3 days that I get videos out. I was going to do unboxings for all these, but there's too many of them out already. So I'm just going to get playing on them. Why wait?
Mine's the best.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Let's play it,
right? Simpsons! It's the Simpsons. It's the Whacking Day episode.
Oh, yeah. Snakes Whacking Day, yeah.
Oh, Edward's on top of the game today.
He's on fire.
Edward is always on top of things. He's doing a good job.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out this week. We do appreciate it. A lot of viewers this week, so thank you all for coming out. Hopefully,
I brought him back.
Put a little bit of smile in your day and shared some knowledge with you and shared some information with you. Hopefully that was all good stuff.
And make sure you read the directions. If you're stickering your blocks, make sure you read directions on everything.
Yes, because there's ones you have to stick on either side.
Yes, I've got to make sure.
I'm glad you said something because I don't really follow those directions. I go, this one looks good.
I made the mistake. I made the mistake with Command and Colors, and I was like, shit. So I had to I had to reorder sticker sheets to fix it. So luckily they were able to get it for me. So
read it in the front of the book there, and it says, make sure these are paired. Make sure you put it on the back and front.
That's why I got some blocks so I could start putting stickers on the blocks.
Gold.
I know, right?
Peter's hilarious. Too bad there were no snakes in Ireland. If there were, we'd have thousands of snake recipes to enjoy.
Evidently, they taste a bit like chicken. Evidently, well, rattlesnake does anyway.
What game am I playing tonight? Is the question.
Well, by the way, when you get a snake, if you get it fresh and it's killed, once you've skinned it, it still moves. How freaky is that?
That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good. Beer soup. Yes, we're going to change this to the War Game Cooking channel. That's what we have here. Everybody, thanks so much for coming out this week. We do appreciate spending some time with you guys. Ruff, Tony, great show as usual. Thank you.
And thanks guys for the band.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks everyone.
Don't forget, next week, we're going to have Historic Wings on the show talking about his new book, all the new stuff he's got coming out. And
I may have to order that. I'm going to have to order that now.
Right? Thanks. I'm going to have to order my copy as well. So, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Historic Wings. Thanks.
We'll talk to him about his new game. We'll get to...
They're good.
Maybe if I can get it ordered and get it tried before then we'll have a little bit of knowledge about how... I told him he offered to send me one, and I said, no, don't send me one. If I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it myself. And the reason I do that is because if I don't like it, I can go on a rant and talk about it. He's like, oh God, oh no, I don't want to be one of your rants. I said, yeah, you better hope this game is good if I
I
get
tell
it.
you what, you will, whichever one. They're both different, but similar because of the combat system. Whatever one you get, it depends what you want, the Pacific or Battle of Britain. They look, they've got a bit of crunch.
Oh, that's good.
I've
I like
enjoyed
that.
I've enjoyed all my book games that I've gotten so far. So
They're different to like the Worthington and the Mike Lambo. There's no writing in the book. You know, you
Mike
print it
Lambo,
out.
there's nothing for Mike Lambo in the you can.
Well, you have to, yeah.
You can, but you don't have to. But the Worthington ones, you might as well because it's you just might as well.
Yeah, but give them a try. Is what I say.
Well, I still haven't tried the one that I got a couple weeks ago, so I have to.
Oh
I don't know where it is.
yeah, the Worthington one. Yeah,
The Worthington one, which was recommended. So I have to try that. We'll have to see. But you guys don't like that one, huh?
Oh, I like it. I had fun with it.
No, I've not played any.
No, I've played the Braveheart one, and it's fun. It's a blast. I really enjoy it.
Okay. All right. I mean, for $30, or I like expensive. I mean, for $30, I can order like a regular game for $30.
I like them. I had fun with them. The Mike Lambo ones are pretty good too. So
yeah, these are my first book games. So but reading through them, I think, oh yeah, not what I was expecting. It's a lot of detail, a lot of this, a lot of that. So yeah.
Phoenix Nice says he's torn on the mouse scale. It's one of my first war games, but it's frustrating me on the channel playthrough so much.
Is that the
Worthington one?
The Worthington one, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just ordered my Mag 40 or Mag 34
from Amazon.
Yep, and I'll get it Tuesday. Mag 23, sorry.
Yeah.
Mag 23.
The cactus.
And I'll have it Tuesday. So on Amazon. So
nice. All right, guys.
So
we'll see everybody next week with Historic Wings, and we'll get to talk all kinds of airplane stuff next week. I'm sure if you're an airplane guy, come on by next week.
He knows
a lot of stories to talk about, a lot of things to catch up on, and get to talk to him about all his cool stuff and his cool games. His 24 years of posting podcasts and videos and everything on airplanes. So we're talking.
I'm gonna geek out. I know, because aviation's always been my favorite thing.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for
what he doesn't know about planes isn't worth knowing. He's also a pilot, of course, and a search and rescue pilot. Yep. So lots to talk about.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So we'll see everybody next week. Until then, take care, my friend. Bye now.
Thanks, everyone.